Hello, everybody. This is Kimchi Crypto. Today, I'm going to analyze Meta Planet. It is backed by not Japanese companies, but by them. Let's dive in. Gemini shoots for $3.1 billion valuation, figure eyes $4.7 billion as both hike IPO price ranges. Crypto IPO booms this year as well as next year, I suppose. And DIT company, digital asset treasury companies are emerging right now, especially in the United States. Altcoin ETFs are going to be approved, well, in a month or so. Clarity Act is going to be approved and signed off by Mr. Donald Trump by the end of November, I suppose. Well, when these types of events meet, rate cuts, deregulation, and especially the greed of Wall Street giants, as well as Donald Trump and his two sons. What is going to happen? That's why I am very much positive. You need more evidence, for sure. Let's go then. Kindly MD unit commits $30 million in Meta Planet's Bitcoin focused equity raise. Kindly MD is the same company as Nakamoto Holdings because it was acquired by Nakamoto Holdings a few weeks ago. Nakamoto Holdings is backed by VanEck, Geode Capital, which was a spin-off company of Fidelity. They are still working together. Geode Capital they are almost equals Fidelity. Vanguard, I don't need to explain the company Vanguard, as well as David Bailey. David Bailey runs the largest Bitcoin conference in the United States. Nakamoto is backed by those named institutional investors. Meta Planet is backed by Nakamoto. And Nakamoto, I said, backed by Geode Capital, Vanguard, VanEck, etc. Think of just MicroStrategy. It was backed by BlackRock, Fidelity, Vanguard as well. What does this mean? Bitcoin is not just backed by Japanese company, but by Wall Street giants. I am going to provide you more evidences as in the back. Not only Bitcoin, but altcoins are being backed by Nasdaq listed companies. We call it DIT company, especially in Nasdaq. Take a look at this Meta Planet top 10 stakeholding companies. Number 1, Capital Research and Management Company. This is the US top asset manager. And it runs global pension funds and corporate treasuries a lot. This is number 1. Number 2, MMXX Capital. It's a British asset manager. Number 3, Evolution Capital Management. It's based in California, another US asset manager. I'm talking about Meta Planet, Japanese strategy, right? Number 4, Vanguard. I don't need to explain this company for sure. Number 5, Invesco Capital. It's another large asset manager company in the United States. Number 6, Rakuten Investment Management. Rakuten company is a very conglomerate in Japan. They are a fintech company. They're also online e-commerce company with the telecom functions as well. It's a very large company in Japan. This is the only Japanese company which backed Meta Planet. Remember. Number 7, IBG, top online brokerage company named Interactive Brokers Group. Very large, very top online brokerage company based in United States. Number 8, Tidal Investments. It's another US asset manager which deals with usually ETF products the most. Number 9, VanEck. I don't need to explain this company. Number 10, Small Cap World Fund, run by Capital Group. You know Capital Group, you might have heard of it. It's the one of those top asset managers in the United States. Their AUM is around $2 trillion. They run $2 trillion which is a huge amount of money. One of their very named mutual fund brands is American Funds. You might have heard of this. And it's the small cap world fund is kind of small cap version of their one of their multiple you know tons of mutual funds. What is this telling you? Meta Planet is not Japanese corporation, but it's Wall Street's copycat. Remember, MicroStrategy was the starting point for sure, and then Meta Planet, the IT company. Just think of this: BitMine, ShopLink, Soul Strategy, Aiko, or Doge House of Doge. Just remember those names. You never have heard of them before, but they are allocating their resources all around the world, especially in the United States. They're expanding to Japan, to Europe, to South Korea, to Taiwan, in the world, in Hong Kong. Suppose, think of this: the odds of Federal Reserve's rate cut in September is 100%. The only problem is they cut rates by 25 basis points or 50 basis points. I suppose 25 BP this time, and then they will cut more as time goes by for sure. And another phenomenon that we need to focus upon is why US money market funds have record assets right now. As of September the 3rd, US money market funds reached an all-time high of $7.26 trillion, which is an amazing amount of money. This money, why such high levels at US money market funds? There are two major reasons for sure. First, attractive short-term yields. In the United States, the rate is quite relatively higher than that of other European or Japanese, South Korean companies. MMF's offer returns far superior to traditional bank deposits, making them appealing to both retail and institutional investors, especially in the time of this uncertainty. They don't want to lose money. They want to just park their money at the MMF funds and just take the yields of 4%, 4.5%, which is not that bad if you ask me. Second, perceived safety and liquidity. United States, there were tons of regional bank failures. They have experienced those type of bad the failures, and they don't want to lose money. And I don't want to invest in somewhat highly the hot, for example, the U.S. stock market, for example, or Bitcoin. It looks somewhat vulnerable as just the average U.S. investor's point of view. What if Federal Reserve lowers rate for the next 12 months, which is very much likely to happen? Federal Reserve is going to lower rates at least more than 100 basis points by the end of Q2 next year, at least. What does this mean to you? First, Bitcoin is very sensitive to interest rates, as you know. Second, altcoins are a lot more sensitive to rates compared to Bitcoin. Remember this: Wall Street giants, and currently they are accumulating a lot of Bitcoin as well as altcoins. They call it these days DIT companies, Nasdaq listed companies. When they buy altcoins and they announce it, eye-popping gains, stock price. Remember these guys: Tom Lee, Dan Ives. Recently, Fidelity launched tokenized US Treasury funds on Ethereum right now. Joseph Lubin, Donald Trump, Peter Thiel, and I've never heard of this Ether Machine guy, but they bought another tons of Ethereum a few weeks ago. Even Jack Ma related company has purchased 10,000 Ethereum and Bitcoin and Solana. Think of these two sons of Mr. Donald Trump. They are investing in American Bitcoin and meme coins, or they're selling World Liberty Financial tokens. They're doing everything they can do with crypto these days. I've already told you about Meta Planet. Here's the thing: don't be fooled by the price. If you endured last for the 9 months or more, not time to harvest is coming. I suppose I can smell the bullishness of the market. Be patient and be the one who smiles in the end. Thank you for listening.